What's better than a detective story? How about a post-apocalyptic one? It's got everything. A mob-ish crime family with a capital F. They're called the Triggermen. Mostly a bunch of ghouls, people who were alive before the war who got irradiated but somehow survived and have lived 200 years while also somehow retaining their faculties. And while the Triggermen are a single group, they have separate elements in different areas of the city. Okay, you say, but what does all that have to do with the Chartreuse Leprechaun? We'll get there, just be patient. Anyway, with all those pre-war crime people involved, it's kind of surprising that the bosses of this family are mostly non-ghoul humans, born in the current time. Go figure. Current-day humans giving actual crime family members from the pre-war orders. Anyway, first there's Skinny Malone, who isn't all that skinny, with whatever girl is on his arm lately. In this case, it's Darla, a girl, well, woman really, who supposedly ran away from home, but she just wanted to go be a bad girl for a while. She's been hanging out with Malone and beating people up with a baseball bat. Skinny Malone works out of Park Street Station, or more specifically, the incomplete vault under the station. Then there's Eager Ernie. He runs the East City Downs racetrack. Ernie doesn't own the robots that race there, but he does set the race odds, and I'm pretty sure you can guess how the rest of it works. They even have a drug manufacturing facility. It was set up by a guy by the name of Murkowski. No, he's not part of the family, just a useful idiot of the family, with a capital F, and the upper crust of Diamond City that are on the take. Well, that's fine, but what does that have to do with the Chartreuse Leprechaun, you ask? I told you, we'll get there, just be patient. Then there's Candy, a pre-war Boston cop turned ghoul. Pre-war, she was undercover in the mob, and after becoming a ghoul, she found out the department had no intention of ever getting her out. So she torched that part of her past and took up the, life in the family, with a capital F. Yeah, she works out of a place called Shroud Manor. There's also some Triggermen working out of a semi-shady area called Good Neighbor, or Scully Square as it was called before the war. But don't let the name Good Neighbor fool you. A ghoul by the name of Hancock runs the place, and it's a place where criminals, ghouls, and other outcasts are welcome, as long as you don't make Hancock mad, because he's got muscle working for him. You see, while he's not a family boss, the Triggermen in Good Neighbor, they answer to Hancock. And what's a detective story without a private investigator? This one is a robot, synthetic human. You know, those things all the people in Diamond City are terrified about? Anyway, his name's Nick Malentine. He has the mind of a really good pre-war Chicago police detective. A former Chicago cop, working as a private detective in Boston. Go figure. Yeah, fine and wonderful, you say. What does that have to do with the Chartreuse Leprechaun? Connections. It's all about the connections. You know, all those Irish boys in Boston, especially the ghouls, you know, the ones who controlled everything in the city before the war. Well, I'll give you 3 guesses who they answer to. Just 3 guesses on who really runs things. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Oh, that's fun. I just went 900 meters in the wrong direction. That was where we wanted to go. Well, fantastic.